Good afternoon, everyone. What a beautiful day it's turned out. I've come out onto the balcony of where we're delivering the course from today. It's nice to feel a bit of sun on the old visage. Good afternoon. It's 5 to 4 p.m. Last movement snack of the day, hosted by me good self. Hope you're all good and well today, whether you're on catch up or whether you're just about to come in on the live. Nobody is quite just yet, but I'm sure we'll have some takers in a minute. We're getting up for the last leg of the day as well, Bex is anyway. I've been the observer and the helper-outerer a little bit today, rather than the deliverer. Afternoon, Vivian. Has the sun come out in Bolton or is it still raining? It rains a lot in Bolton. I seem to, the tally seems to be more rainy than anything else in Bolton. Have I got that about right? So we've got a few minutes to 4 p.m. A new sway routine for today. Not any new stretches, although we might do a little bit of a neck stretch today. Yeah, that'll probably feel good, won't it? Now, you might hear a little bit of basketballing going on in the background. This balcony, it's clubs for young people, this venue. It's a great venue. I mean, if my youth club was like this when I was a kid, then we'd have been so lucky. But what you can probably hear in the background are a few young lads on the basketball court just having a bounce. So you might hear the odd bit of volume and the odd bouncing of balls around the court there. Afternoon, Carol. Welcome to the 4 p.m. Now, I did mention, I think, in the 12 noon that that I did a little bit of karaoke at my niece's how old is she? 18th birthday party the other day. My sister has subsequently sent me the video of me and her singing Like a Prayer by Madonna. I mean, I've just watched I've just watched about 1 minute of it, and do you know what? In my head, my singing voice is a lot better than what it sounded like on that 1 minute of video clip that I just watched. I need to watch the rest, I feel. I'm tempted to share it on the group, but I'm not yet convinced it's the right thing to put you guys through. Although I think you'd have a giggle at it. I'm not sure whether your ears would be very grateful of listening to the noise. I think Madonna did a much better job than me and my sister did. Anyway, afternoon, Mrs. Perry. Just overcast at the moment in Bolton. There's a weather update for everybody. Maddie's in. Good afternoon to you. 1 minute before we get the get-go going. Afternoon, Ken, as well. Good to have you here. Maddie's shouting out, hello, Kelsey and friends. It's just quite nice out here now. Definitely a contrast than this morning, where it was chucking it down this morning. Look at those lovely clouds behind me as well. Right, I think we're not far off the get-go. Consider the space that you're working in. Consider the chair that you may use for seated option, or you may be sat in throughout. And options for external support as well. Oh, Ken, I haven't had enough beverages to give you a karaoke now. The counter, the number counter, which tells us how many people in, would fastly go down to 0, I think, and I'd be left here swaying and stretching all on my own. And you'd be going off, I think, for a couple of paracetamol. Right, let's do this. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Good afternoon and welcome. You're with me, Kelsey Leverton, for today's sway and stretch. Today is it's Monday again. How does a Monday come round so fast? It's the 24th of July 2023. Shall we get on with it then? Come on, come on. Let's get that chair out of the way. I've got one set up over there. Just organise me trousers, organise me top, organise one's posture. So legs underneath your feet, not too wide, not too narrow. Pedaling the feet from there, peeling the heels. Just pushing the knees forwards a little bit and trying to get a good amount of lift out of your heels. Preparing ankles, feet and toes. Toe hinges and toe bones. Now here, before we start all of that foot pedaling, hands on the arms or the side of your seat, lifting, shifting, walking, manoeuvring to the front portion of your seat. Make sure you still feel sturdy there though, and then get on with your foot pedals. Now these can be brought into a bit of a leg march. Just make that fluid, not too slow and pausing. A little bit more of a step in, a tread in, a walk in action on the spot. And if when you start to peel the foot all the way off and it leaves the floor, you're momentarily on a one-leg stand. So we don't want this to feel like a balance challenge. So use your external support. Try not to be hunching or hunkering over it. Just use the external support to give you a bit of uplift through your posture as well. Right, I'm going to bring both of my arms in together. I'm all right here. No use for external support for balance. However, it might be a bit different for some of you. So you may want to keep one arm, one hand on the external support and just let the one side move at any one time. To maximise what we're getting from the shoulders, elbows tucked in, trunk stays centrally positioned, not any twisting or turning through the trunk, but pressing those elbows backwards. Now if you've got arms on your chair, just mind your elbows. Nothing worse than hitting that funny bone. Should start to feel the effects of this. This is simple, repetitive, rhythmical, flowing, all of those things for a purpose of getting your body a little bit warmer. So temperature's just switched up a couple of notches. Breathing capacity or breathing has increased slightly. Might be feeling a bit deeper with the breathing, and your heart rate, you might not feel it's gone up a few beats per minute, but it probably has. All normal, all to be expected, no surprises here. Okay, start to steady yourself down then. That should do us about 3 minutes of circulation boosting. Have a pause, have a small bit of reset, and we're going to get into our sway routine. Nothing with the legs, just a focus on arm movement. And we all know that day one of a sway is just really basic, and then we'll build on the content and the complexity over the following few days. So let's start sphering it. Just a small roll around with your hands. Make that a little bit bigger. So we're turning the palms up and closing back over. Just make that a little bit bigger. So it's about the size of your trunk now, is the circle. Make that a little bit bigger. If you want to start crossing your arms over, so it brings your elbows out to the side of it, you can do. And then crossing them over on the underneath part as well. So we're kind of getting a circle and a half. And then if you would like to take it that little bit bigger, so that it comes down into your hip area and then up and just raises over the head. Last one. And then come back down. Small, small, perfectly formed, little circular motion, making it a little bit bigger progressing on size. Seated, of course, needless to say, no different here. Just might be a little bit of navigating of your thighs that you need to do just on that downwards bit. Start to roll it over a little bit more. So we've got a circle and a half, and then finally a little bit higher. I think I might have a sneeze on its way. Let's just do one more of each. So small. Make that next one grow. Make that next one a little bit bigger. We're almost in the territory of a circle and a half. A little bit bigger. And with the shoulders down, shoulders should feel comfortable rather than hunching up. The highest over the top head reach that you can do. There we go, nice and easy for today. Let's take a couple of shoulder rolls and we'll get into our stretchier positions, aiming to develop over time flexibility. So it's not a quick fix, none of this is. It takes a bit of work, takes a bit of repeat, takes some time as well. Progressively getting into deeper, bigger positions will increase the stretch tension of the muscles that you're targeting per position, and we can get a bit more out of it over time. So track your hands back. You might want to reach and actually hold on to the seat height or the spindles behind you. Here's a bit difficult for me because I've got arms of the chairs to navigate round. You can, of course, bring your hands round to the side of your hips, actually put them into your back pockets if you like. Squeeze and tuck the elbows behind you. Look, it looks like my arms have disappeared. Hey presto. But really opening out the chest, feeling the stretch into the chest and around the front area of shoulders as well. Influencing more open shoulder position in posture and helping with anything where we end up reaching back behind us. All right, take a pause out of that and relax your shoulders down, shoulder blades down, kind of towards your back pockets. Right, coming in, budge up. Let's do those neck stretches. Now that we've done our shoulder movements with shoulder arm swings, boost moves, we've loosened everything, we're warm. Muscles always respond better to stretchier flexibility positions if they're warmed up. So ear to the shoulder, opening out the neck here. Keep shoulders relaxed. As it pulls, try not to pull the shoulder up, just let it drop and ease out here. Now this is going to change the position of the stretch. Move slowly, just bringing the chin down towards your collarbone and just let your head hang. This is your fell asleep in the passenger seat of the car or on the bus. This is a fell asleep head nodding position, but it opens out the back of the neck, base of your skull, down towards your back of your shoulder. All right, bring this up. A great stretch to do alongside the mobility moves of shoulders, circ boost to warm up the area, and chest stretching included as well. Okay, once you've got that a little bit, it might feel a little bit tight, a little bit tense. Let it just be. We're not forcing it. Shouldn't feel painful at all, but it might feel a bit uncomfy. That's to be expected. Okay, bring the chin down. Oh, somebody's playing Summertime. Can you hear that very clearly? And relax there. All right, upper side stretch with me. Hand to the shoulder, lifting up. What a summer song this is, if you can hear it in the background. Lifting tall, sitting high onto your sit bones if you are sat down. And if you're standing, go for that slightly wider base of support there. And get into your knees a little bit in standing. Okay, are we ready for a full arm stretch? If your arm isn't up close to your head and it's a bit further down here, maybe this full arm stretch isn't quite right for you today. Here we go, up, 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 or hold that position for a bit longer where we were in the first place. There we go. Changing sides then. Oh, I need that little bit of a shade on my face there from my arm and elbow. Sit tall, breathe steadily, continually, and take it into a full reach and still breathe steadily and continually. That will do nicely for top half. Bottom half, if you sat down, back of thigh stretch. So we need to get our leg out fully straight. If you sat too far back in your chair, you might have some difficulty getting that knee into the straightest position it can achieve. So move forwards a bit more. Lift up tall. Sometimes these chairs aren't very uncomfortable at the back of the leg, but I think we could perhaps take it for the 15, 20, 30 seconds worth of hold time that we're here for. Lift out, lean forwards. Try not to let that knee to start to bend. If you're feeling it at the back of the knee, it's in the right place. If it feels too intense, back off a little bit. Rather than bend the knee, back off. If you want to see and test how far you can reach, place your hand onto your leg, not the load through the knee though, just to work your hand down, see how far you can reach. Can you get a little bit further? Recover. That will do. Straight there, straight back. Changing legs, lifting tall, leaning into it. Now this supporting leg and supporting arms on the knee, a sturdy, solid connection there. So we can put a bit of our weight through it, but not feel unsteady or not secure. Lean it forwards, feeling that pull right at the back of the knee, up towards your hip. If you're ready, take a bit of a reach. See how far you can reach down. This chair is super uncomfortable on the back of my leg. I can't wait to get out of it. Take a pause there. Now, if you're still in the position for the back of thigh stretch, to calf stretch it, pull the toes towards you. That's all we need to do, as well as just sit tall and take a few deep breaths in. Standing version, if you prefer. You might want a little bit of external support in front of you, or even external support to the side of you. Feet hip distance apart rather than crisscrossed, just to give you an extra bit of stability and balance as well. Front knee bent, back leg straight, and there we've got it on the back leg. Hold it there. Lift up tall through your posture rather than lean and hunch maybe over external support. Use it to support your posture, not for your posture to rely on it. Best you can. Change legs. Now, to get the target right, sometimes when we put that back foot back, the toe angles itself and kind of drifts. Make sure that your back foot pointing at 12 o'clock directly forwards as the front foot is as well. And then just for that second leg, use your hands at the side of your chair just to support an upright posture. Switch on your activity buttons for posture and core. Toes are pulled up. There you go, with a calf stretch seated. And ease on out of that. Have a bit of a hip walk if you need one. And we're about there. We're about there. Right, there we go. Pat, good afternoon, and Bridget sneaking in at the back there. Right, that's all from me. From a very, very beautiful Hinckley, I'm not sure whether Hinckley's that beautiful, but the weather is for sure. Yeah, it was chucking it down this morning, wasn't it, Bridget? It wasn't very nice at all, but look what it's turned to be. Right, there we have it. Your 4 p.m. sway and stretch, JD, job done. That's Kelsey Leverton signing off for today's selection of movement snacks. See you tomorrow, everyone.